I have to say, I didn't think I'd be back at Alton Towers this year. I've been twice this year. When Nemesis reopened, didn't come the first week, come shortly afterwards, and it wasn't a good visit. It wasn't a good visit at all. And then come back up, and we did have a good visit. However, the reason why I didn't think we were coming is the fact that I didn't think Hex would reopen. I thought it was just smoke and mirrors. But Hex has reopened, which is the sole reason for coming. Now, most parks have now closed for the main season. We were at Drayton Manor a couple of days ago for the close of that. And yeah, Alton Towers is open this week, leading into fireworks next week. Now, I'm not braving fireworks. Oddly enough, Kurt is coming along to brave the fireworks Saturday. I'm not. I'll be working. But it's a 10 till 4 day today. I'm not going to mention reliability. We'll see how it is. Even on our good day, reliability was a little bit ropey. But really, really looking forward to getting back on Hex. So we've got 6 hours. I'm kind of hoping if everything's open, we won't have any problems. It's only been a couple of days, but very quick to remove all the Scarefest pieces, as obviously they have fireworks this weekend. We'll do a separate update video from around the park where we haven't been all year, and that will include fireworks preparations as well. Well, that is Wickerman. That was our starting point for today. Opened slightly early. It's on free trains as well. It does look like it's going to be quiet here today. We've just checked the app, and at the moment Galactica and 13 haven't opened at 10 o'clock. It's about 5 past. I said they opened at 9:52. Lightning speed operation. So it's a good start. It's a good start today. There's no staggered opening today because it's a 10 till 4. The only exception is Hex, which opens at 11, which is fine because I don't think we'll be in that area till around about then anyway. So it looks like we can take it slow. I'm going to go on a limb and say that I actually think now Wickerman is my favourite coaster in the park. I am looking forward to getting back on Nemesis. It will have bedded in. It's been quite a few months since I've been on it, so I am looking forward to getting back on Nemesis. I still don't think it was riding right. But let's see. That's where we're heading. Actually, we might stop in Alton Manor on the way, but we're heading towards Nemesis now. You can see all the boats stacked up down the bottom for the Rapids rides. It's drained. Yes, it's early on here at the moment. However, the Rapids did close early this year for winter maintenance. I have to say, I did find it a bit of a shock. Usually I'm quite used to seeing it on Scarefest. When I come for Scarefest, you know, the skeletons going around in one of the boats. And given the availability this year, I'd have thought they would have kept the Rapids open, but it is closed for the season, so it won't be open for the final weekend, which is fireworks. It wasn't open at all, I don't believe, during Scarefest. It shut back in September. All the boats are still down there, everything's still sort of in situ, but I think you've only got to kind of look at the trough to see it hasn't operated in a while. Since Alton Manor is open, we are going to take a quick stop into Alton Manor where it doesn't seem too busy in the park. We're going to stop here on the way to Nemesis, and the good reason for that is last time we didn't do that. It closed for the rest of the day, and I absolutely love this ride. This is one of the best things that Towers have done in many years, is the retheme of Jewel into this. I just think it works brilliantly. Again, I've said before, 1 or 2 more like proper animatronics and the effects in here really come into life, but can't wait for this. I love this ride now. It's the smell as well, the smell pops. Or something else. I do love Curse. I do love it. The only criticism, well, actually 2. One is the exit, where they haven't quite patched that wall thing properly with that jigsaw piece. A little bit of black paint wouldn't have gone astray. And the tunnel's not working, which is a real shame, because I do like the tunnel, but I just think it's fantastic. And we did break down in there for a short period of time as well, in a really dark area. Oh, lovely. Absolutely love it. Right, heading towards Nemesis. Hopefully by the time we've done Nemesis, Galactica will be open as well, because that's currently closed. Please remember, give us a like. It's absolutely free to do. It helps us massively. It doesn't cost you anything, and we really appreciate it. Just drop us a like and a comment. What do you think of Alton Towers this year? Have you experienced the bad downtime? I have to say, so far so good. We'll touch wood as we go across, but so far so good today. This could be a good ride day. So we are heading to Nemesis Reborn. I'm praying it rides better than last time I rode it, but we're definitely giving it a shot. It still looks the part. I still think it's got quite a nice roar to it. I know it's not original roar, but I still think it sounds all right. I will say though, I do think The station is much better. Look at this. I'm going down the back. I'm going to go back row, 100%. We're going to head down to Galactica now. Now, I said at the beginning of the season, I was one of the very few people that said it didn't feel right. Nemesis didn't feel right. It didn't feel like old Nemesis. It's a brand new ride. Used to whiz around the track. Used to give you, you know, nearly pass out moments, particularly on the back row. It didn't feel right. Much like the second train of Hyperia, doesn't feel right. It still doesn't feel right. In fact, for me, it feels worse. Now, funny enough, you don't think it does. You think it's smoother than what it was. But I think it was more intense before, which is why it gave the impression it was a bit more. Now, I got hammered at the beginning of the year when I said that, and then people have slowly come around to going, actually, it doesn't quite ride like it used to. I grew up with this ride. I rode it the week it opened. I've ridden it throughout the years. It's not the same. Now, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you, what the answer is on that. But I don't know. I don't know if it's the trains or not. I know there's a lot of reports around the world of B&M trains rattling. I don't know. For me, it's not the same ride, and I'm going to stick with the fact that I think Wickerman is now my favourite ride in the park. But there we go. I'm pleased Galactica's only on 5 minutes as well. It seems like it's going to be a quiet day. We'll get on some rides. And you know, I know this is an OG one, and of course it's not known whether this will change for next year. Kurt definitely believes this is going to change for next year. He's convinced. I'm not convinced. I still like it anyway. I'm not overly sure about the gaffer tape look of some of these restraints. They just do merch so well, don't they? I'm not a fan of the print. I do prefer the embroidery, but they do merch so well. Galactica, they're running really smoothly. Give it a world-class theme. I appreciate it's an older coaster and there are better flying coasters out there, but give it a complete theme right the way across, not just sort of stationary. I'm telling you now, it will stand out. There's no doubt about the fact that will stand out. However, we've done Wickerman, Nemesis, Galactica and Curse of Alton Manor, and it's not 11 o'clock yet. This is the day I hoped it would be. It's definitely days like this you want the Sky Ride back open. Hopefully it will be back open next year, because we've done this side and we don't really want to walk back round, because with the lawn closed off it's just a long loop. So I'm going to go through the gardens where we could have gone on here. Obviously the sign for the story and everything is up at every area. But yeah, it's going to be a walk. It's going to be a walk through the forest. We're going to head over to 13 and Rita, get a ride in on those before hopefully getting our first ride in a couple of years on Hex. I'm really excited to see the changes on it. I've heard mixed reviews, but you know me, I like to make my own mind up on these things. We were heading round to Rita and 13, however it has passed 11 o'clock. I thought it opened at 12, but it is 11. So I think as it's open, we should do Hex, the legend of the towers. I can't wait to get back on this. Oh, the smell comes back. It's been a while.
Sealed for 2 centuries.
I have to say, the lighting's very nice in here. It's just been so long.
During that period,
I've got real high hopes for this. I've seen some reviews.
that was moved using very traditional archaeological methods.
We just had a quick drop on 13. Rita becomes the first ride today to close down. It had an extended down period actually, about 10 days ago. It was meant to reopen sort of in time for Halloween. It was a little bit late reopening. You can see by the maintenance shed over there's a cable, so I wonder whether they had to do a cable replacement. It looks quite fresh. It doesn't look like it's sort of been there getting green, and would explain quite a lengthy downtime. It has been open this morning. It's something we'll have to come back to, but 13 riding really well. Free trains as well, can't argue with that. It's Gangster Granny time. Now we've done the Dark Forest, and you'll probably see that I haven't mentioned anything about Hex, so I'm going to do Hex again, also do a separate review on it as well, because I think it deserves it. There are quite a few changes in there. I'm actually pleased to see it back open. If you want my quick initial review on here, I think it's probably better, but does need some tweaks. Does need some tweaks, but not many, not as many as what I've seen. Whether or not it's changed since opening day, I don't think it had. I know it had a little problem, but I highly doubt they've changed any of the lighting or anything since then. So my guess is that, you know, I don't know, everyone's going to view it differently, aren't they? I think that's probably the way of looking at it. And whilst we're up here though, we do want to do a Gangster Granny, so that's where we're heading. You know, It's all right. It's not the IP I would have chosen for here, but it's all right. It does a job. It does a job, in honesty. It's happy-go-lucky music time here at Smiler. There's very few times you can rock up to Smiler with a 5-minute queue. However, today at 12 o'clock, it's one of them. As it flies around, and as you sort of look over here, you'll see there's nobody in the queue. Much like all the rides today, I'd argue that the walk in the queue has been longer than the actual ride or actual queue part, which is fantastic, really. I don't remember the last time I managed to do this quite so much, but looking forward to it. I struggle with inversion 12 and 13 still. I still think I'd love to see them reprofile, but you know, when it's walk-on Smiler, yeah, I mean, when it's walk-on Smiler, you got to do it, haven't you? It's all right. It's all right. It's not running too badly. It's a little on the rough side. It's not the worst. That's right. It's walk-on. It's round 2 for Hex, Legend of the Towers. Take a little bit more in this time. Really enjoy sort of the scenery. Definitely lighting's changed a lot in here. And this area here has changed as well. As you can see here, there is Hex, Legend of the Towers, the second time. I will just say, the toilets here, if you want to put out fires, they're absolutely brilliant with the water pressure. If you want to wash your hands, they're utterly useless. Hex, Legend of the Towers. So I will do a review separately of it, and the reason being is I want to go into sort of the details and things that I've spotted are different. I've watched a lot of reviews, as I'm sure you have as well, and I disagree with most of them. Probably isn't surprising to some people. I really enjoyed it. I think it's running really, really well, to be fair, and I love some of the changes, not all of them, but check that out on the channel if you want to see our full review on that. But it's great to see it back open. So here is the cookies and scream. I'm struggling to believe there's only 400 calories in this. And then this is the red mist. And I'm struggling to believe, is it not?
That's the Midnight Forest.
Midnight Forest. Well, I'm struggling to believe there's only 354 calories in that. Wow. I'll tell you what, £6. That's not bad value. Not bad at all. I say it's really good to see the fire effects back on Wickerman as well. I haven't actually seen, I've seen obviously the TV screens, but in terms of actual fire, not seen that for a while. But there it is as the train passes through. And how often at near 2 o'clock in the afternoon do you see Wickerman on a 5-minute queue? Once again, it's going to take longer to get to the ride entrance. There are crazy people on Battle Galleons, and I mean crazy. It's freezing today. Again, I'm not really sure why this one didn't close in September and the Rapids stay open. For me, would have made more sense. I don't think anyone really would have missed this had it been. But we've got a few rides left. We're going back up the Hex. We'll probably come back down to Wickerman. Might as well get the rides in on that while we can. And then yeah, this has been, so far, a really good day here at Alton Towers. We are going to end our Alton Towers adventure up here at Hex, Legend of the Towers. We've had quite a few rides on it today to kind of check it out and get the feel for it. And again, we've got a review. We'll be on the channel very, very soon. Amazing day. We've gone all the coasters. Everything's been walk-on. We've gone back on rides. We've re-ridden. We've walked around. We've had milkshakes and everything. Absolutely incredible day here at Alton Towers. I'm sure they wish their rides worked like this when it's busy. But for us, it doesn't matter. Everything's worked today. What a day. What a day.